Simrad is the best one we've seen. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Half his tail's missing. Oh, beat up, battle scars.
Holy moly.
There you go.
That's it, bro.
Look at the battle scars on that rig.
Look at the head on that fish. That ain't no hammer. It's got a pointy nose.
It's a hammer.
See him roll sideways?
See that dorsal?
Yeah.
Swim, baby, swim!
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, with Captain Scott Walker and Captain Steve Rodger.
So, you know, we got a day out there on the water, got to see what Galveston had to offer, but it was obviously time to get some meat, right? While everybody comes here for them red snapper.
Oh yeah. Once we caught the one that first day, I was already planning our next trip out. Time to take some fish home.
Yeah, I brought the Yeti cooler, and we're gonna take a little bit of fish and see what this red snapper fishing's all about. So,
well, we told Captain Brian that's what we wanted to do, and he made it a point to take us to a species-specific spot and just get our limit. And it was one of his honey holes, I believe, because we really cashed out. We should be able to pick up on it pretty quick.
yeah.
Yeah, snapper bite's always pretty fast and furious.
We got all day to cull through them and just get the fatties for the nice rack picture.
Hopefully we won't have to do a lot of culling.
I like
We
that
can get
idea.
on a spot and we just
Get on the right spot.
get on the right spot.
I
Catch
definitely
all
wanna,
the big ones we want.
definitely want to get a chill kill going so they hold that beautiful red color, because they're such a pretty fish, you know?
Texas muttons.
The Texas mutton, that's exactly what it is.
That's exactly.
All right, let's do it. I'm excited. So, at the start of the day, right, we leave the marina here, Galveston Yacht Basin, and head out, and just, you know, not too far off, we get on a marker and start catching some live baits with the sabiki, which is what we're used to doing. But the bait that they use is a bait that we don't use. We usually shake it off,
Right.
which is kind of interesting.
Big old threadfins eating these. These are my goggles. What are we gonna do with the live bait?
What's that?
Is the live bait for later, or is it for the red snapper?
The live bait's gonna be for the snapper.
Wow.
He's back over there. I'm gonna go around the backside and just kind of hold the stern into it. I can hold the boat a lot straighter.
We can unhook them.
Stern into it, and then I
Yeah,
can.
you
face
drive
them.
and we'll unhook them.
They call them a hornbelly. They're bumpers. They swim in South Florida with the threadfin, and we're after the threadfin and sardine. And the bycatch is the bumpers and pinfish, which we don't need these. They're not coveted. But I'm going to get home and I'm going to find out if they eat them all over the ocean or just in this.
Gotcha.
Ling will actually eat these
Got
as
him,
well.
Scotty.
What is our limit of fish we can bring back with the red snappers here?
Well, so the snappers is 2 per person.
2?
For each person on board, yes.
Okay.
16-inch minimum we have over here.
Right.
We actually have a state water limit here as well. State water's 15-inch length, 2 per person, or 4 per person, I'm sorry, in state waters.
You know, once we had the bait, we shot off shore a little bit, not too far. And, you know, he was saying it was kind of a big area, right? It wasn't just one little spot, be a wreck or whatever. I think it was kind of like some hard bottom. And we moved around, and then we finally marked a good mark of fish. And once that happened, you know, every drop, you had a bite right off the bat, you know what I mean? And it was nice to use a jig for me, because I fish a jig a lot, and it was nice to be able to use that technique here and get a bite.
And when we rolled up, that Simrad bottom machine lit up. I was like, oh, here we go.
Got a little rock right. Oh, look at that mark, buddy.
There they are right there. There you go. There you go.
There's one, Scotty Walker.
All those years of getting them out of those sea fans down in Key West.
Can't get enough of Into the Blue? Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hashtag us in some of your big fish photos, and we'll feature you as Fan of the Week. See you there.
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Simrad. Bioesk Solutions. Clean, disinfect, protect. Galveston, Texas. It's island time. Waypoint TV, the destination for outdoor entertainment. Yeti, built for the wild. Ameritrail Trailers. Daiwa. Golden Boat Lifts. And by Killer Doc.
Like what you've seen so far? Well, you can see every episode of every season of Into the Blue for free. Go to waypointtv.com, click Ways to Watch to learn how to download the app or watch on your smart TV.
Hey, I'm Dr. Hal Needham. I live here in Galveston, Texas, which is a great place for the work I do. I really do three things. I'm an active scientist. I travel the world doing scientific research, especially focused on weather and climate, trying to understand how these systems work, especially focused on extreme weather and disasters. We have a lot of historic neighborhoods where buildings that have survived the 1900 storm have special plaques on them. They're diamond-shaped plaques that you see on hundreds of buildings through the city, and it just means that that was a storm survivor. Those were buildings that generally were built in the late 1800s or even the mid 1800s in some cases, and they survive. We have a lot of historic high water marks from the 1900 storm, the 1915 hurricane, Hurricane Carla in 1961, Hurricane Alicia in 1983, and then the most high water marks we see is for Hurricane Ike that hit in September 2008. So when you visit Galveston, you notice a few strange things. In almost every coastal city, as you move towards the beach and towards the coast, you're going down in elevation. In Galveston, the opposite is true. You're actually going up in elevation as you approach the coast. It seems bizarre, it seems odd, but that was actually manufactured. It's an artificial landscape. There's also a very large sculpture on the seawall right there on the sidewalk of a man really reaching out with his arms extended to heaven with his wife and child in her arms, just kind of to remind us of the humanity of it. We have a lot of vibrancy here. A lot of people come here to retire, but it's also just a beautiful town. But we also do have disasters, and so that's why I like to be here to help with that science communication and help people better prepare in case we do have hurricanes or floods in the future.
Now we're just going to ease back up and spin back around and just get reset. So it's been a lot easier for us instead of pointed into the wind.
Yeah.
We'll spin the boat back around, stay stern into it. A little bit easier to hold the boat in gear and reverse, and we can sit on top of that spot a lot longer than just pulling up, setting our baits out, drifting through.
Yeah.
All we're going to do is just drag those big fish off the spot.
Yeah.
We can just sit there right on top of it, then we'll just keep everything just
Yeah, give us a little more
stacked
time.
right underneath
Yeah.
us. Correct.
You want me to put a little handful of chum every time we pull up and set up?
So I would do, when we pull up and we get spun back around and we stop, I throw a handful of chum on out each corner of the boat.
All right.
And anything that's back there is going to come up, start eating, and then we'll just drop baits right back into their mouth.
All right, perfect. There's one, Scotty Walker. Pull her, bro. Ooh, I feel him on something. This might be my grouper. Ooh, I feel him trying to run me in. Oh, he run me in the bottom. I didn't think a snapper would run you in the bottom, but I had one of those bigger fish run me in because I wasn't expecting that to happen with a snapper. Most of the time, snappers that I'm used to catching don't run you in. Well, that fish ran me in, and then I was just able to open the bail and just wait him out, and then got back on him, and we were actually lucky enough to get him out of.
Explain that. When was the moment you know that went from being stuck on the bottom to he was out.
I felt him move a little bit, so any kind of movement, you know what I mean, is I don't know if they think that they're not connected to the line anymore or what the case is, but I keep it in free spool and just kind of feather it out, and if you feel any movement, close that bail and reel as hard as you can.
That's great
and he
technique.
was out.
Yeah.
And so it was nice to get that fish after being run in the bottom.
Right. I didn't look how deep we're fishing. How deep we're fishing?
90.
I'll get down there. He's out. That's the way to wait all them out there.
You didn't tell me you were gonna put me on the knot tester right first thing.
All those years of getting them out of those sea fans down in Key West.
I'm gonna have to try them Florida tricks you got.
Then he said that there's no
They seem to-
sharks, so
they
I'm
seem-
like just in love right now.
They seem to work.
Would that take you 3 baits, 3 tries?
It's a red snapper. I can't believe he run me in the bottom. It's a nice one, Cap.
Oh, yeah. Had a tail on that thing.
Beautiful, brother.
That's all that chumming I did for you.
That was good job. Good job.
Look at that belly.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a nice fish right there.
Get that thing in the sunlight. There it is.
All right, I won the $5.
I just heard red in there. So
All right, good job. That's what you said was going to happen, and that's what happened.
yes.
You said you know where they live.
Let's put him in here, Steve, and then we'll move him to the back for the ride home.
Man, look at that.
It's a pretty thing. See how nice I am? Letting the captain get one? Man, they are pretty.
I look over, and then there's a freaking monster, a sea monster.
Right there, William.
He's right in the motors.
As we're sitting there and he's telling us how we don't ever have to deal with sharks, I look over and then there's a freaking monster, a sea monster, you know, you and I thought it was a great white because it had 15
being low in the
remoras,
water, yeah.
and it had 15 white remoras, not gray remoras, white ones
Yep.
on its belly, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a great white. But then once I saw the dorsal was real tall and pointy, what an awesome animal. You know, he didn't want nothing to do with us. We just got lucky enough
To see him
cruise
swim.
by.
Yeah. I mean, in the Keys, he would mix with the bull sharks to eat our catch.
Yeah.
This one was just getting along, saying, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Galveston.
I love about those big old hammerheads. They love to swim on their side because that eyeball.
That was keeping the dorsal from coming straight up, and that's kept getting me there. He was a great white with the white remoras, and I was only seeing half the dorsal,
Yeah.
and the tail was really unique. It was pretty.
But they love that eyeball at an angle so they can actually see the objects, you know. But and he was probably looking at the boats, you know what I mean, as he's cruising by. It's kind of cool. Got one walking.
Got one on the horn belly.
I like the bend.
You're still using the jig, right?
Yep, got the jig. My bait got knocked off, so I'm just.
I'll tell you what, that's a 5-foot line right there. Boom.
It's a good one too, Scott.
Let's see if there's any difference between live bait and the jig head. Come on, girl. Yeah, that's the
Another
biggest one of the
15,
day.
16 pounder. Great fish.
All right, I got the lead on the rod tip. Woo!
Nice, man.
Great. Nice. Good Texas red snapper there.
Coming in. All right, I got him.
Got
Go
it.
ahead. Not lipping these. Catch fish this big back home. We got you 30-pound leader, 40 feet long.
Oh, I got your blue
fluorocarbon.
runner.
Blue runner, we got live bait.
Oh,
You want
live
that?
bait. I'd keep that.
All right. Hey, this is Captain Scott Walker, Into the Blue TV. Just want to take a moment out of my day to talk to you about our new Ameritrail trailer. Me and Steve just finished filming a week of Into the Blue, and now our new Yellowfin 36 has to have its first 50-hour service. So it's time for me to go get the Ameritrail trailer out of storage and get her up on the land so our mechanics can get in here and get that service done so we can get back on the water. All Ameritrail trailers are custom made in America to fit your exact boat's needs. The trailer bunks are custom made and welded, not adjustable, for a perfect fit. Where adjustable trailers will hold your boat, they don't fit your boat. Our Yellowfin fits like a glove on our Ameritrail trailer. The bunks aren't designed only for launching and unloading, but also for storing. Our Ameritrail trailer usually lives in a boatyard in a nice dry place, but when we need to use it, it's going to get wet. And Ameritrail builds their trailers to withstand all saltwater environments. All Ameritrail trailers are built with the highest quality components available, including our hubs. And you need the hubs if you're going to be traveling around the country with a 36-foot boat following behind your truck. With the new Vortex and Vault hubs, they're 5-year guaranteed no touch, and that is a game changer. Ameritrail's newest design are our channel side rails. We call it a soft edge channel. Most who see it will not know that it is actually a tube. It has an inner wall for lateral strength. The inner wall is also designed to weld in cross members, hold brake lines and wiring. The soft edge channel gives a whole new look to a custom built trailer, the true wow factor. Thanks to Ameritrail trailers, our 36 Yellowfin is ready to go anywhere in the country to catch fish. Check out Ameritrail for your next adventure as well.
Simrad's Into the Blue, presented by Yellowfin, is brought to you by Yellowfin, only in a Yellowfin. Scales, every degree of water. Hawks Cay Resort, find what lures you. Yamaha, reliability starts here. Battle-born batteries. Costa Pro Series. Nikon. SpearOneKeyWest.com, and by Rodan Marine Systems.
We have a lot of good area, a lot of good bottom structure to fish these big snappers for, and a little bit easier to fish for, a little easier to catch. Great eating fish. You can fillet them out, great fried, grilled, broiled, any way you want to cook them. The red snappers, normally everybody's favorite to go catch and eat.
Man, they're pretty.
You didn't have near the trouble I had.
Well, this one's not quite as big as the one you had, but
Oh, he looked pretty
this
doggone
one's
nice.
a great snapper still.
Nice
Any way
fish.
you look at it.
Look at the throats on those things, Stevie boy.
Oh yeah. It's a pretty fish, buddy.
These are just that pretty red on them.
How old they say that fish is?
You know, this fish here, I would probably say 5 years old.
Okay.
Guess we'll go into the ice bath with it.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
That's what you want right there, right?
Yes, sir.
Bookends. If you get on the right school of fish like we were, those bigger ones, by the time we had our 6, I mean, that was a
Lot of meat.
cooler.
No, that's a lot of meat. They're 15-pound average, I think. I mean, from what I'm seeing, I see a lot of big fish on the
Right.
stock. Still in the bottom?
Yeah, he's got me hung up right now.
There he
Oh,
goes.
there it is.
Got him.
Oh, golly, it was going right back to it. Whatever. Holy moly. Captain says giant, I believe him.
Better not be bigger than mine.
I think he's gonna have problems.
That's a good one.
Woo, that is the best one we've seen. Look at that
Oh
whole
my goodness.
half his tail's missing. Oh, beat up, battle scarred.
Holy moly.
There you go.
That's it, bro.
That's a good
Look
one.
at the battle scars on that rig.
Look at the head on that fish.
That is definitely the one we are looking for.
You know what happened
Horn
there?
belly.
Because we let one go, they gave us that
That
big
is a
fish.
snapper now, boy. Look at that, bigger than my leg. Oh, look how pretty that is.
We caught our limit. You know, we were letting fish go.
We were letting some really nice fish go.
The wind had really slicked off, you know what I mean? The ocean was beautiful, and we called it a day. You know, it didn't take long, you know? That fishery is that good here. that if you just want to get out there and get your snapper and get home, you can do that. Or if you want to stay all day, there's other things to do. As we got to see the other day we went out, the variety of what they have to offer.
All right, I'm gonna open up the front box. You secure this hook. And if you want to figure out where we are and where home is, I'll have everything done by the time you get there. And thanks again. This was a heck of a treat.